Hi Gemini, thanks for joining me. Andy here, and we will do our weekly Gemini tarot reading. Gonna use some oracle cards this week for extra significance as well, just to keep it interesting. And so this is for the sign of Gemini, and I'm doing it at Summer Solstice 2019. But the best time to watch these, as always, is whenever you're drawn to watch them. So, the first card out in this reading for Gemini is the Three of Cups, and isn't this great? This shows that the seeds are there, really. The seeds, you could say, have been planted already. This is either here or very close. I'm sure, Gemini, that if this isn't the case already, you'll feel it coming on. And basically, it's mutual support. It's friends coming in to help, but not just to help you, it's friends you'll enjoy helping as well, and it'll be a happy thing. It can indicate very good things in love, romance and relationships here. Particularly in the relationship sense, we often feel that we're looking at a man and a woman together, or basically two partners together. I shouldn't be that limited, should I? Goodness me. Two partners together with the help of spirit, with the angels around making it happen as well. The spiritual element being the third element of it, which is really positive indeed. So if you're looking about love and thinking about love at this moment, that's a really good card. We see low-hanging fruit up here, everything very verdant, everything full of life actually here. So a Three of Cups, a great card. Longings, desires here indicated. Very much a love-based card. I tend to think it nearly always comes up in that context when I'm reading. But basically, it's about like-minded people coming together in a way that they really love being together. And, that doesn't have to be a romance. It doesn't have to be a relationship. But it looks to me like it's going to be enjoyable, Gemini. So, prepare to enjoy yourself if you're not doing already, because that looks like it's either here or very nearly here to me. Okay, but let's find out some more what we're being told about this card. Tell me some more for the Three of Cups in this reading for the sign of Gemini, please, in June 2019. And at the top of the deck here, we have, you're already doing it. I kept saying that, did I not? Right. I feel it's already here, I kept saying. And they're saying here, you're already doing it. And I guess they mean you, not just me. I think they mean me as well. I think they always do. But here we go. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Okay, now we know that true north moves a few degrees every year. The conspiracy theorists have let us know that in abundance, but that is a true scientific fact, actually, that isn't disputed. The North Pole, well, both the poles shift a little bit every year, so they're not always in the same place, and life is change, okay? So it wouldn't be a great thing to stand still and not get any kind of forward movement going at all, Gemini. Kind of comfortable in its way, but equally uncomfortable because there's just that feeling of being stuck and not going anywhere. So overthinking and thinking maybe I kind of won't do this thing, and absolutely refusing to change your plans at all. As strong-willed as that would be, the chances are you'd be cutting your nose off to spite your face, really. I think that's the best way of putting it. Overthinking a thing, I am really, really guilty of that. I'm a Sagittarius, actually. I can't claim that's a Gemini trait, but I really, really overthink things an awful lot. It's really not good the way I do that. And it holds me back all the time. I'd have got a lot further with a lot of things if I didn't overthink them all the time. Yeah, it's a fact of life. But there we go, it is good, it is positive to think things through, and it does look like a very positive situation in this first card of the reading. So there we are, Gemini. We are off to a start. It's Cups energy. It's water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. That kind of energy is around this one, and that would be particularly of interest if we're looking towards relationships. I'm particularly drawn to Pisces for relationships. Now these readings are going to these readings are bound to mean many different things to many different people because, many people watch them, and I'm so grateful for that. Thanks, everyone, for watching, by the way, and all of you who've subscribed as well. If you haven't subscribed yet, tap the bell, and tap the red rectangle thing. Then you'll have subscribed and you won't miss anything, which is no bad thing, eh? Okay, so let's have the middle card, please, in this spread for the sign of Gemini at the Summer Solstice 2019. Okay. Oh, lots fell out. Okay. Well, let's take them one at a time and see where we get. Okay, so for the middle card of this spread, we've got number 20, Judgment. Now then, this one is really is about moving forward. It really definitely is. So there really is to be no putting it off, okay, guys? This is almost like getting your marching orders from God or whoever you think is kind of, whoever or whatever is the biggest influence in your life in terms of what would actually drive you to want to change things. This person is coming up and actually saying, let's get moving. I really do feel this is someone coming into life and actually being an impetus, being a catalyst for making things happen here. We've got the three, I'm not sure what they are. I guess they're pages in a way, but not tarot pages, just kind of general royal pages. But they're playing card based, right? That's what these figures are. They've got playing card symbols on them. And when we get that, that's kind of things to think about, which could be almost as strong as if this was a sword card. It's Major Arcana again, you know. It's kind of very prominent in that way. But you know, there's a sword-like kind of decision to make somewhere along the line here. Something's holding you back because that light is coming up above. That light is kind of showing you it really is time to get going. We can hear the trumpet blowing. When it says judgment, well, it's no bad thing to exercise your judgment. But that's kind of, it's a very old kind of biblical meaning of the word, really. It's about when Jesus is supposed to call the dead all back to life at once, for that particular version of things to go in that particular way. But judgment here is more about kind of, you know, one way or the other, which way you're going to go. And I'm not going to say the only way is up here, okay? There is more than one option, nearly always, when that card comes up. And particularly when you've got a supportive group of friends, okay? I mean, if you're beginning to feel trapped in a relationship or just, you know, in a general social circle that you're not getting on with, it'd be no bad thing to move on from that. But all in all, it looks very positive indeed. So let's shuffle again and say, tell me some more, please, about number 20, the Judgment card, the middle card of this spread for the sign of Gemini. Tell me more, please, about Judgment in this reading. Okay. All right. I'm very rude. I need to have a quick read before I hold it up. Where are you being called to journey to? Imrama. Right, that really does go with the Judgment card there, because that's something you've more or less got to decide for yourself, or at least that's how it feels. Very often this happens with spiritual guidance, and I'm sure if you can go into a place of meditation or just kind of, you know, hold that affirmation that you want to kind of dream openly. What is it Doreen Virtue used to say? The affirmation of saying you don't fear to see the truth, yeah? Because it's really important to see the truth at this point, because this is a very, very cosmic card, but it has very practical implications. Where are you being called to journey to has everything to do with where you are now. Because as you go forward, that where you are now is just going to be in the past. But the whole point of going somewhere is that right now you're here. This is where you need to be now. Pretty soon it's going to be time to move on. Okay, so I can see some procrastination there. I really feel I want to urge you to be open to moving forward, Gemini. But the dream life is really important here. We've got the massive building of Petra here, yeah, and proportionally it's very like a human house. It's just that when you see a human being standing next to it, it's you know, it's absolutely an enormous building. Really is huge, but proportionally it looks like the proportions of like a temple church or something like that. Really amazing, and proof of life in a way we didn't understand anything in those days, and we have no understanding of how things would have been done in those days. A mystery, and yet a real thing, an actual rock, stone, concrete reality that you can go and visit in this actual world is there. So as you're thinking about this decision, as you're thinking about are you going to move or not, actually think about where you're going, because that's going to make it easier to see your way forward. It really is. Yeah. Now then, another card fell out while I was getting the middle card there. 2 of Wands, so we will add this one in. And this essentially is about a judgment call, and it shows that things are already moving. When we get the Wands like this, it has to do with Alice here trying to make the most of the situation she's already in, I suppose, and she's having some success with it because she has actually got 2 wands there. But we can see the winds of change blowing, and so can she. That's in with Judgment there as well. Okay, let us ask now for the last card in this 3-card spread for the sign of Gemini for the summer solstice of 2019. last card in this spread for the sign of Gemini, and we've got the Eight of Swords. Now this really is pushing this to a theme all the way through of kind of some sort of reluctance to move forward in some ways, because you know the traditional meaning of this card is actually borne out quite strongly here. Somehow Alice could get out of this situation, but she's sort of allowed herself to remain in it, maybe because of fear actually, and I'm not saying it's her fault, and if you're in this situation, guys, I'm not saying it's your fault. Fluid energy, you know, it applies to different people in different ways, it really does. But here is Alice, bound up to the swords, possibly able to get away, possibly not, but nothing's written in letters of stone here, particularly because of all these playing cards showing that there are things to think about and there's a lot going on, and those things do need thinking about, guys, but don't let it become stagnant, okay? Because great things are really starting to happen when we get the Three of Cups here. And I just would have been 1,000,000% positive about that coming up, except that guidance told me somewhere in my mind to say, you know, hold back, someone's overthinking, you know, and then we got the card about facing your true north. Okay, so tell me more, please, Rebecca Campbell, about the Eight of Swords in this reading for the sign of Gemini. And we have Awakening. And this is what it's all about. Energetic upgrades, folks. A new way of being. Integration. Right, so integrating with... really integrating with life in a very different way to this. And this is why this card looks a bit on the gloomy side, because we do need to get moving. Eight of Swords. It's a lot of thoughts. It's a lot of decision making. In terms of astrology... energy with swords, it's air signs, Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, so the players in that scene are very likely to be of those star signs and to have those characteristics. And you know, is this you, Gemini, in that case, or is it someone around you? Fluid energy could be just about anybody, but it is an awakening, and when we see this character floating upwards, you can just see in this picture, she's floating upwards so gently because she's completely let herself go along with the flow, and there's a dreamy quality to this. There's as if she's done that thing, you know, and made the affirmation that she's not afraid of seeing the truth in her dreams. Or maybe she's in a meditative state, I don't know. I guess either one is meditative, really. But you can make that effort to kind of just blank your mind out and just sit, and not really asking for anything to come in is the best way. And the answers will start rolling down before your eyes. When you get into that state of meditation, well, when I get into it anyway, to me, it's like watching the credits at the end of something. My thoughts just start rolling down, and it's because I'm not trying to make any particular thought come. I'm often trying to stop thoughts, but the ones that come in meditation are leading us in the right way. So just go with it, guys, okay? And let that awakening happen. On that note, Gemini, thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up, please, if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe, please, and tap the bell if you haven't already subscribed. And leave me a comment, guys. We'll share the journey because I love to do that. Meanwhile, thanks everyone who's subscribed, and thanks for all the new viewers who are in watching. I am grateful. I'm delighted the channel's taking off. So keep it real. Keep it Twig, brother. I'll see you soon with more readings. Have a great solstice. Have a fantastic rest of the year. Peace.